So welcome back to the van build series. This weekend we're focusing on building the furniture, so the benches / bed and the cupboard, well, the other little cupboards really. And then we'll see how far we get because, believe it or not, the roof panelling still hasn't come. So God knows when that's going, probably next weekend now. I'm just on a walk with Duds and then I'm just going to go to see my dad and get started. So I'll take you along with how much we managed to get done. So I stuck straight in and started building the bed frame. Let me tell you, I had no idea what I was doing in holding this drill or pushing it down. And look at the little post spinning about, but apparently that's normal. It's because it's not bracketed down at the bottom. So it started spinning about here and I got scared that I'd broken it, but I just needed to screw it down at the bottom as well. But that wasn't as terrifying as trying to learn how to use this saw. Is it even a saw? Yeah, it's a saw. But we measured all the timber and chopped it all to size, and then here is the finished bed frame without the top on. Actually no, my dad here is just chopping pieces for the end. I've just realised the bed frame has no ends on it, but it does after my dad has chopped all these pieces of wood up for me. It's an actual gem because I was terrified of that saw. And without my dad, none of this would have been able to be done because he has all the tools and all the ideas. This giant piece of wood took all three of us to be able to push through that saw, and then we chopped it in half, and luckily half of that board is exactly what we needed, and now we just had to trim the edges to fit snug against the wall of the van, because if we didn't do that it would just stick out at really funny angles. So for this side of the bed I opted for storage underneath and a little storage flap here in the middle. And I'm also going to have two doors on either side of the bench. So this is one half of the bed and then it'll flap over to make the other half of the bed. And then before moving on to the other bench, I wanted to create the cupboard first so I knew how much room I've got left for the other side of the bed. So we're not joiners, so to do this I bought a second-hand cabinet off Facebook Marketplace and then took my hammer and chisel to it and tore it to pieces. Literal smithereens. I chopped one half off the other side, so I took one cupboard off entirely, and then we took all the trimmings and the feet off the bottom, and we took another door out of the middle. So basically we used this cabinet for a door and some drawers. There was this really stubborn bit of wood stuck to the front as well, so this is what me and my mum are trying to prise off now. And then my dad's just taking the top off of this cupboard because we do actually have a full proper worktop to go on the top. We just needed basically pretty doors and pretty drawers. So here's my dad chopping the end off the cupboard with his trusty saw. It took quite a lot of doing this actually because nails everywhere and screws poking out where we didn't expect to have screws. And then once we chopped off this cupboard we tried to fit it into the van. And ta-da, here it is in the van. I came up with the most brilliant idea of putting the fridge in that tiny cupboard with no door. So we took the door off of that completely, and guess what? My fridge literally fits in perfect, and that's my toilet underneath that bench, because that is where it's going to live. This is just me digging into my pasty at lunchtime and having a little rest. Before cracking right back to work, and then ta-da, look at the fridge. It looks amazing in there. Just need to fill that gap in above because look at my mum in a second. Right, there she is. Obviously I had to do that in slow-mo for you, but That grey box is the gas box. That's not actually staying there. It's going behind the fridge, but we're just trying to make room for it at the minute. And this is me trying and failing to latch the fridge together. But you can really see the camper van coming on now, and here's all the electric wires behind the cupboard. We are going to build an extra bit of the cupboard on here, and this is where the gas box is staying. So this is my dad sawing the extra part of the cupboard to add a little bit of depth to the cupboard. And this is where we finished it off for the day, and we just walked the dogs then, and that is the end of the weekend. I always forget how bright my background light is. So, this van has provided so much drama for me. It might not look like we did a lot this weekend, but we've actually done tons. So we've got now one side of the bed, and we've also got a cupboard that we still need to put the worktop on, give it a paint, give it a little bit of a tidy up to make it look nice, but that's good. Next weekend we're going to finish the other side of the bed. We're going to finish the flap, so basically we're going to have two sides of bed there, and then we're going to have a bit on top of this side that flaps over, makes one giant bed. So we're going to do that this weekend, next weekend coming. We've had some drama, so let me explain what I mean by that. The people we bought the van off, scumbags basically. So when we bought the van, we said to them, listen, we want a new battery, new start motor, new cam belt. The sales guy, Salim, said, oh yeah, the cam belt's been done, mate, don't need doing, it's been done. When we picked up the van, we had little to no service history whatsoever. Definitely no receipt saying that the cam belt had just been done. There's no proof of that. So I thought, booked it into the garage anyway, because you don't want that going, or otherwise you're paying for a new engine, and what's that, like 4 grand, 5 grand, 6 grand, however many grands it costs to get a new engine, plus labour. And lo and behold, no cam belt has been done. It was in a shoddy state, let me tell you that. And not only that, they've welded up the what have they welded up? My dad told me, but I can't remember what it was. 1 second. They welded up the alternator, which is a big no-no. Shouldn't really be done, it should just be replaced. So I messaged them on WhatsApp twice, like, listen, I've got a complaint, like, can you respond? They were like, oh, you need to email us. So I've emailed a big, giant email explaining the situation, saying I'm not happy, obviously, because one, they've lied to me, two, they've done something dodgy to my van just to sell it. So I said, now I paid that out of my own money. So I said, you sold me a dodgy van, can you at least, for some goodwill, give me a little bit towards the garage bill I now have to pay, which I shouldn't have to pay because you lied to me and sold me a dodgy van. But they've not replied, and then so I checked the reviews, and the reviews have gone downhill since I bought the van. In the last 7 days, like 7 to 8 days, whatever, all 1-star reviews. Everyone's saying that the vans broke, the vans have blown up, they've had to pay for a new engine. One guy were like, oh, I parked my car in and they've not updated DVLA. I keep getting parking tickets and speeding fines posted to my address and they won't help me. Honestly, that scares me so much because I parked my car and they gave me a dodgy van. What if I start getting speeding fines now? Because I don't know. Anyway, not happy with them at all, but fixed the issues thanks to a hefty garage bill. And now we've got little to no budget left. Luckily, we have everything we need so far. In the new year, I'll have to save up for some windows because I wanted some windows putting in with that budget. It's not going to happen now. Thanks. So yeah, don't go to Jagland, Empire's in Halifax to get your vans because, judging by the reviews and my own personal experience, it's not it. It's not it. And they text me saying you can only have your warranty, your 12-month warranty, if you leave us a review. So I left him a bloody review and it wasn't a good one either. And then she texts me like, oh, we've not been pushy. Do with that information as you will. Don't buy a van or a car from there, for that matter. It's pretty much all the dealerships in Halifax because I think they're all under the same little umbrella. But yeah, so that's what I've been dealing with this week. And one of my headlights is out, so that's what we're going to do at the weekend as well. So weekend is headlight, other side of the thing, and hopefully my roof panelling will come. Who knows when that's coming? Who knows if it's even going to turn up? Being cute, need to pull the finger out and get it to us because it's been nearly 3 weeks now. We'll get this van finished eventually. It's just going to take some damn time. I just watched that back to put in the video and I just want to say I do actually love my van and it is fine now. We sorted everything that was wrong with it. And also my roots will be done next week. Not for the next video, but the week following the next video, my roots will be done. So you can ignore the root situation. It's making my hair look bald and greasy, but it's not because I washed it last night. So yeah, ignore that and I'll see you next week.